Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here, back with a new movie. The name of this movie is What If Naruto Was Experiment 101, and yeah guys, it's an unscripted movie as well. And before continuing this, I would like to tell you guys that we're almost 119 or 18 subscribers away from 10,000 subscribers, and I can't even tell you how much happy I am. It's been a dream to, achieve that number since I started this journey, and yeah. Now on to another mark. After this milestone is completed, I will keep on going until you support me and enjoy my stories. And other than that, I just wanted to say thank you for making this happen. It wouldn't have been possible without all of you. You all have contribution in it, and yeah, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I just love you guys so much, and I just can't tell you how much happy I am. Yeah. Other than that, if you haven't, then please do leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And without further ado, let's begin with our story. Our story begins after the preliminary rounds were over and 1 month break was given in Konohagakure no Sato in Chunin exams, as we see our protagonist Naruto Uzumaki, who was now angry and was walking in the forest of death to calm his head down. Really, why would Kakashi sensei blow me off for Sasuke? Man, I'm a part of this team too. Forget it. Who am I kidding? Everyone's hate me here. No matter how hard I try, I won't be able to become Hokage and ounce nothing and won't get any respect. As he kicked a rock, as it fell on a metal plate, as Naruto became curious as he was, What's that? As Naruto arrived at the location to see that it was a metal door there. What's it doing here? And why haven't I seen it before? As Naruto opened it and went inside of it, as many lights began to open. I get a bad feeling about this, but I also want to find out. Who cares? Let's just go. I can defend myself, Naruto said confidently as he went inside. But unknown to him, he was being watched from the shadows. As Naruto got into the center, it was a huge hall in which many test tubes and many things were kept, but coated with dust due to the non-usage of the place for a long course of time. As then, he was touching and seeing things, various things and many dead animals. Whoa, what is that? He found many dead animals, but suddenly something slipped and broke as he gasped and was now on his back fault on a machine that automatically tied him down. Unknown to him, it was the action of a man who just found a perfect test subject for his old experiment. As many syringes came down on him. I hate needles, shit, I gotta get out of here, Naruto said, but he was restrained in metal cuffs, which seemed to be chakra training, and he couldn't get out. As many needles pierced through his arms, legs, and even his cheekbones, as he hissed in pain and screamed, but nothing happened. As the whole jar of a chemical serum went inside of his veins, as it started to cause a reaction with his molecules. On the other side, outside, Kakashi was trading with Sasuke as Jiraiya arrived. Hey Kakashi, what is it, Jiraiya-sama? Have you seen Naruto? What? I thought that he will be with you. Yeah, he was supposed to come meet me, but he never arrived. He was supposed to get to Sensei. Did you tell him? Oh, I kind of forgot about that. Really, Kakashi? Really? God knows where the kid is. Sorry, Jiraiya-sama. It's my fault. I'll go look for him. As Kakashi was also feeling somewhat guilt because he was ordered by Jiraiya and by Hiruzen to blow Naruto off and train Sasuke and focus on only him, while Jiraiya will be the one who will going to be training Naruto from now on, as his sensei was being trained by the said man. As he then summoned Pakun if he didn't find Naruto, and that is what happened. And Pakun found his scent and led him to discover a metal door. Shit, I better make a clone. It is one of Orochimaru's hidden labs. The Hokage-sama should know about this, as a clone was sent by Kakashi to Hokage to alert him, as also tell him that Naruto's scent was found here. As he went inside, alongside his Ninken Pakun, As when he arrived there, he saw that the lights were flickering and the restraints were broken, and it was destruction and havoc everywhere. As Bakun then said, I sense something sinister here. Be on alert, Kakashi. As Kakashi took out his Sharingan, as something suddenly moved behind him in the shadows. As Kakashi turned around, now he was becoming something he hasn't. Scared for the first time in his shinobi career after a very long time. He was sensing this emotion and he hated it. Bakun, can you sense what it is? I don't know. It's some sort of animal and yet at the same time a human. I don't know what it is, but it's scary. As suddenly, from the dark, two glowing blue eyes with slits were seen. Wait, blue eyes? As suddenly, a huge claw with golden fur arrived from the shadows in the light. As Kakashi jumped back, Naruto? As a growling sound was heard from the shadows. As at the same time, on the outside, Hokage and Jiraiya arrived with Kakashi's clone. You should go inside. Boss is inside. As Kakashi bursted out from the chamber, and so did Bakun, and behind him, a huge growl was heard. As Kakashi was wounded badly. What happened? Something is down there. Something happened to Naruto. We do not know what. He might have triggered something. Shit. Jiraiya said as he went down, alongside Hokage and many of the Anpus. As in the light, they arrived where Kakashi was, as a single lamp was lit, lighting the center of the hall as it was swinging badly. Wherever it swung, claws mark appeared. As Hiruzen, being the most kind person to Naruto, said, Naruto, my boy, if you're here, then please come. As two blue eyes appeared again, as many of them gasped, and it started to grow until it reached 9 foot. As they gasped, as Naruto stomped into the light. He was like a hybrid wolf, and he also had blades coming out of his wrists. A single blade that was made out of chakra metal, and God knows what he could do. As Naruto then looked at him, he was now wearing a golden fur, as his huge canines were showing. Is this the... As Naruto started to growl, as many of the Anbus ran to their tartars. Wait! Naruto, my boy, it's me, Hiruzen. Remember me? As Naruto calmed down. GG, Naruto said in a heavy growling voice. What happened? As Naruto pointed towards the jar that was inside of him. Even though he was in pain, he saw what was coming inside. In pain, Naruto said. It must be the cause of his pain. As Hiruzen and Jiraiya went towards the jar, and what was written on it made them shook to their core. It was an experiment that Hiruzen put a hole to it alongside with Jiraiya. Experiment 101. Experimentation with wolf's DNA alongside with some chakra metal to make a wolf hybrid with humans. Orochimaru, being the sinister bastard he was, wanted to create his own artificial Biju. Stronger than all 9 tails, with a combination of each bit of Jinchuriki's chakra alongside with the Bijus involved in them. Even Kushina's was involved, and that is the result. A hybrid wolf with a man. With 2 huge claws, and God knows what he could do now. The potential was unlimited, but there were also quite complications. Because what if Naruto turned enraged and even would have lost his mind? What would have happened then? There would be a huge Biju on the loose, with already a 9 tails Biju inside of it. Speaking of the 9 tails, we go towards the seal to see that there was Naruto unconscious laying in front of him, as he was seeing what was happening. What the hell is going on? Damn that snake bastard. As Kushina and Minato arrived as the seal was deteriorating. What is going on, QB? I didn't do anything. It is because of the snake bastard. Remember that experiment 101, remember? You mean in which my DNA and the DNA of other Jinchurikis were involved, said Kushina. Yes, well, your kid just fucked up and absorbed the whole jar of it. What? How is he? Look for yourself, as Naruto was laying in front of them unconscious. But what they were seeing through Kyuubi's perspective was Naruto, which was more terrifying, a 7 foot tall hybrid wolf. growling at them. Oh my god, it succeeded. Minato, how could you say that? No, I mean that I always doubted that it will succeed and could hurt anyone. I thought Orochimaru has finally gone snail and mad, but that mad bastard succeeded. As Naruto started to calm down, as he started to shrink down as well. As when he was calm, he was back to his size, as Naruto then said in a sleepy tone, G, help me. As Naruto passed out in his arms, Anbu, bring him to hospital. Sensei, hand him over to me, I'll bring him, said Jiraiya. As after Jiraiya was gone with Naruto, he called his Anbus who were there. Investigate this place and shut this place down so no one else can stumble upon it, and search for that 101 chemical and destroy it. We do not need any more monsters here. Got it? Hi. Now go. As Kakashi was also being treated. After being treated, he arrived at the Anbu hospital in which Naruto was being kept. As he knocked on the door as Jiraiya opened it. Hey Kakashi, how have you been feeling? How are the wounds? It's good, Jiraiya-sama. Thanks for asking. How's Naruto? Well, he has calmed down and returned back to his human state. What was that? Remember that project that your sensei and I, alongside with my sensei, took down when Orochimaru was about to go rogue? You mean the hybrid experiment he was experimenting with animals? Yes. His favorite choice was wolf, even though he was a snake Saiyan. Ironically. And it seems that it succeeded. Naruto has become the first hybrid. What? Is that good or is that bad? It's kind of a blessing with a curse. We do not know what might the future hold. What if Naruto loses his mind? Something like that can happen. And God forbid if that happened, we have to do some drastic measures. We have to neutralize him, find a way. But unfortunately, there is no way. We do not even know his strength. He's powerful, I give you that one. He is easily able to detect genjutsu and poke it right away. His claws are sharp as a knife. But those blades, they can conduct electricity. What? Yes. Those blades that come out of his wrist, they discharge electricity through them. Are you sure, Kakashi? I was stabbed in the arm by that, and almost lost it. If I didn't had gotten it treated, 2 or 3 minutes later on, it would have been dead, and I would have to get amputated it. Thank God you're okay then. Yes. Once I get my hands on this snake bastard, this time I'm going to pummel him to the ground. But unfortunately, that was the same person that was there and was the cause for Naruto's condition. And he has seen what Naruto and his serum was capable of. Before he left, he has taken a test tube filled with the syrup with him, and that was the only thing left. As he arrived inside of his base in Otogakure, after seeing what his creation has achieved, he wanted to know the potentials that he has unlocked, or will he get immortality with it. As he called for Kabuto, who was now with him. You called, Orochimaru-sama. I want you to inject this within my arm and leave me tied here and lock the door. No one is allowed to come inside for 1 month until the break is over, and we will go back to Konoha after that. Hi, it will be done, Orochimaru-sama. As Orochimaru injected the needle through Kabuto within him and was now tied to a test table after he was left there by Kabuto, and the whole room was locked with only him inside. As he began to thrash and tilt here, it was painful, but he was smiling throughout the whole process as his eyes turned to slit. The serum that he had was also filled with snake DNA, fitting for him. As 1 month later, Naruto had gotten used to his condition by now and was able to transform on will, at least when he's not angry. If he goes angry, it goes berserk. As his match with Neji was coming near, and he was being trained by Jiraiya now as well after being discharged from hospital, while Kakashi was also being trained with Sasuke. As finally the day came when Orochimaru arrived, as did Naruto. As the match finally commenced in the stadium, as Neji did the worst mistake in his life, started taunting Naruto. Naruto for the first 10 or 20 minutes took or took nothing of it and thought nothing of it and started to fight. But he made the worst mistake when he insulted his parents. You know you're an orphan, no-name clanless bastard. I bet your mother was a whore and your father was a drunken bastard who have you, conceived you and threw you away like any whore would. Shut up. Take that back, Naruto said with a low voice. Why would I? I'm from a noble clan, while you're from a no clan. You might as well be from a red light district whore. Shut up, Naruto said. His eyes turned to slits as Hiruzen, Jiraiya, Kakashi, who was now there with Sasuke, knew something was about to go down. Why is Naruto sounding so mad? And what is wrong with his voice? Sakura said. Sakura, whatever you witness, don't judge Naruto from it, because he has no control over it. What are you saying, Sensei? This caused the attention of the other Genins and the senses of them. What is wrong? Doesn't he have control over that? You know. Asuma said, no, it's not that. It's something much worse. 101, remember? As his eyes widened in realization, and so did many others. You mean that 101 of, Orochimaru's? As Sakura heard this, as her eyes widened. What do you mean? As Sasuke said. Yes, Sensei, what does that mean? What does the dobe has related to 101 and Orochimaru? Shh, Sasuke. As suddenly a growl was hurled, as many gasps was heard, as Naruto was now 7 foot tall. Same golden fur, and glowing white slitted eyes. Blue slitted eyes looking at Neji. As Naruto dashed on all fours towards him, and punched him, breaking his chitin, sending him to the wall, as Naruto was now on the wall, crawling towards him in like a beast-like manner, as screams were filled throughout the whole ground, as Neji was also terrified. What is that thing? As Naruto growled and charged at him, but was being held back by Jiraiya and Kakashi, as Hiruzen appeared and slapped a sleeping seal on Naruto. This match is ended. Naruto Uzumaki won. But why? I'm still conscious. Look down, kid. You're paralyzed. What? As Neji tried to move his muscles, but he couldn't. His backbone was completely shattered. No! So much for a prodigy. You stop running your mouth. You do not know, or want to know, who Naruto is. If you find out, you'll be kissing the ground he walks upon. All of you. Said Jiraiya, looking at the Populans who was about to go ram on Naruto. But Hiyashi knew better, as he knew it was time to tell Neji what happened all those years ago. As Hinata was quite scared, at the same time thankful that both Naruto and Neji was okay and alive. As all of the Genins who saw Naruto like this, as he started to shrink down back to his size, became eye-wide. As Orochimaru smiled. Good, very good, Sensei. You have neutralized him now. My plan will be unaffected. As Asuma then said, is that the power? Yes, that is the power that is granted by that experiment. Unfortunately, Naruto became its first victim, and hopefully the last one. As Sasuke was thinking, I need that power to defeat him. As Jiraiya saw the look on Sasuke Uchiha's eyes as he called Kakashi. Kakashi, come here for a bit. What is it, Jiraiya-sama? That kid, you should stop training him. Why? Kakashi said, believe it or not, he's power hungry, and he is after that power. It has intrigued him. He has the same gleam in his eyes of that of Orochimaru. I will look out for him. I know he's different, but he's been through a lot, Jiraiya-sama. Please cut him some slack. Kakashi, don't realize that the longer you wait, the more hunger his grows, and he will become an egotistical bastard like him. Unknown to both of them, he was already that. As Sakura was also quite afraid now. How did Naruto turn into that? And why is it related to Orochimaru, Sakura? Orochimaru made a serum all those years ago before you were born, or any of you were born at the time. Even Naruto. Naruto just stumbled upon that laboratory that was abandoned and hidden in the forest of death. And when he went inside, as you know, he's curious. From what he told us, someone triggered it. My guess is it was Orochimaru, because he attacked you before the preliminaries. He was still there. He was maybe there for the serum. But unfortunately, Naruto became its test subject and victim, and that is the result. But that power, the strength, it was so brutal and raw, said Kiba, just like an alpha. It is not something to be proud of, Kiba, said Kurenai. That poor soul is hurting. God knows what kind of monster he has become. When he's enraged, yes, when he's enraged, his power is 100 times fold. And the worst part is that 101 involves the chakra of every Biju, alongside the Jinchurikis. What? Said all of the Genins. Yes. All 9 Biju's chakra is involved, making him almost as strong as one. A Biju of his own right. As all of the Genins came to a realization that Naruto is now the most powerful being in the village now, if nothing else. To say that was the understatement was nothing more, as Sasuke gritted his knuckles and teeth because he was enraged by this. He was supposed to be the child of prophecy in his own eyes. As the Naraka shrine said, one will bring peace into the whole world, and it will be an Uchiha elite only. He was supposed to be the golden child, the child who was a prodigy, not Naruto. Even though he knew Naruto has become a victim of it, he was enraged. Why wasn't it him? He should have been given this power. As unknown to anyone, Orochimaru has seen this, as he signaled Kabuto to persuade Sasuke because he has somewhat of a serum left to inject into him. As matches went as in canon, and finally Sasuke and Gaara's match came. Sasuke was injured and Gaara transformed into One Tails, as Naruto was now moving even in his sleep, as Kyuubi was now stirring him awake, as the first Hokage was trapped in the barrier alongside with Jiraiya and Orochimaru. You finally showed your face, Snake. Time to get pummeled to the ground. But before he could do that, Orochimaru turned white as his eyes turned orange with slits as his 2 arms grew into snake heads as they moved towards both of them. What the hell? Do you think, Jiraiya, that was the only serum? What? Jiraiya said with wide eyes. Bullshit. That was the only jar you created. I was there, remember? I took a test tube with me, filled with it. I needed a perfect host to see that if it will be able to conceive, and Naruto was the perfect test subject, and he succeeded. So I tested out myself, and look what I have become. As Orochimaru's lower half turned into snake, as he started to grow into a 3-headed snake with arms that were now snakes as well. See? I have become a god. No, you're nothing more than a hideous, disgusting monster, Orochimaru, said Jiraiya as he attacked Orochimaru with the Rasengan, but Orochimaru deflected it with the flip of his tail as Naruto was now gone from his room. As the barrier that was created would go there, as many Anbus were trying to get inside as Jiraiya and Hiruzen were being pummeled to the ground, as Naruto broke it with a single punch, entering it with a roar and tearing apart the Genins that were there holding the barrier with his teeth. As Anbus looked at him, as Naruto looked at them and growled and nodded towards them, making a gesture to save them as Naruto charged towards Orochimaru. Ah, Naruto-kun, you have finally arrived. Orochimaru. Kill, Naruto said as his claws grew, as his blade started to sparkle electricity. As he jumped into the air, something happened. Some sort of mist was coming out. It was blue. As he disappeared and appeared behind Orochimaru, teleportation. As Naruto's blade was now inside of his back, as Naruto dashed forward with the brute strength of his feet and splitted Orochimaru into 3 pieces, but Orochimaru started to stitch back again, as Naruto discharged electricity into the tail of Orochimaru with these blades that were stabbed in and roared. It was black electricity, which caused Orochimaru a huge amount of pain, but he was being healed. Wow, the serum is so awesome. Why didn't I create any more? And that fucking book was destroyed. You're lucky that I forgot the formula, but I can now always create new with this power and my DNA. I will never let that happen, Naruto said as he arrived again in front of Orochimaru, but this time he disappeared and was running on air behind him when he charged Rasengan, but this was a black one. Rasengan. A sand bullet as it fired out in a blinding speed, going through Orochimaru's head, brain, as Naruto charged it again and fired it again, and then again, and again, and again, and again, until Orochimaru's brain was obliterated alongside the head, so it couldn't regenerate, as Naruto started to butcher its body. As Jiraiya, Orochimaru saw the brute strength and power that Naruto holded. But something happened. A molecule was left, and with it, 10 seconds, whole Orochimaru was created again. See? I am immortal now. I have achieved immortality. You cannot kill me. As Hiruzen stood forward, but I can. My last order is to reveal Naruto's identity, Jiraiya. Hi, it will be done. As Hakai Fuyin was created by Hiruzen, as Shinigami was summoned in exchange for my soul. Take Orochimaru's soul with me to hell. I'm not going to allow this monster to live here, and his body shall not be allowed as well. As Shinigami's stomach opened, and Orochimaru in his snake form was absorbed alongside Hiruzen's soul. As Hiruzen slumped to the ground, the smile on his face as Naruto was there. You have made me proud, Naruto. You will go forward with a bright future ahead. As Hiruzen passed away, as the Naruto sensed danger, his other teammates were now in danger as well. As Kabuto was seeing this all from the shadows, I will fulfill your last wish, Orochimaru-sama. This statue will be delivered to Sasuke. As Naruto was dashing at blinding speeds, as he was dashing, his feet started to levitate. He was now flying like Morbius, as he was now there in blinding speeds, as he punched Gaara, sending him out of the sand body, as he then caught him. As Gaara woke up to a terrifying face as he pissed his pants and was scared. Please don't kill me. Don't end my existence. Calm down, Naruto said, gaining some more composure. I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to put you down, Gaara. As Gaara was now on the ground. Why are you helping me? Because we're alike each other. I am a Jinchuriki as well. I have been hated my whole life for something I didn't even agree with. I didn't even knew until I became a Genin about this. You have some siblings, Gaara. Please cherish them, because they cherish you. What? As Gaara looked behind Naruto, as Naruto pointed to a side to see Kankuro and Temari arriving there with a terrified expression as they dashed towards Gaara and hugged him. Yukata, Temari said, you're okay. As a huge monster was standing in front of them, as Kankuro said, please don't go. You're my friend, Gaara. Remember that. We Jinchurikis gotta stick together and share each other's pain. Nothing more, nothing less. As Naruto started to walk towards Sasuke and lifted him off, and was now off into the sky again, alongside Sasuke and Sakura were unconscious. As they were flying, Sakura woke up. Huh? Naruto? Calm down, Sakura. I'm still here. I regained somewhat control over it. We're going to the hospital. Thanks. As Naruto dropped them off to the hospital. As after that, the village rebuilding process started because of the Konoha rush. And we go towards the council chambers now, 1 week later, as Naruto was standing there alongside with Jiraiya, after Hiruzen's funeral. You want us to believe that this kid is 4th Hokage's son. Yes. He is Minato's legacy. All of the clan heads can vouch for that, as all of them nodded, even Danzo can, as Danzo even nodded. Danzo-sama, there must be a mistake. There is no mistake. As Danzo had found a new interesting thing, he wanted that DNA. Maybe a little bit of Naruto's blood injected into him. He could achieve the same form as Orochimaru or even Naruto. The perfect shinobi. The perfect killing machine hybrid that he was always wanting for himself and his arsenal. Why would he want now a Biju to control when he himself could become a Biju? News spread throughout the whole elemental nations that Orochimaru has been killed off and by a Genin from Konoha. Zetsu knew and was now investigating as he returned back to Omegakure with the news that will baffle all of them. As Zetsu arrived there, the meeting was in session. Zetsu, you interrupted the meeting, said Kakazu. It is important, Kakazu. Leader-sama. It is an unfortunate news that what you heard is true, but you will be surprised who did it. It was Naruto Uzumaki, Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, and the victim to one of Orochimaru's experiments that became successful somehow. He has turned into a wolf-like hybrid that can teleport and even fly, and can even blitz at blinding speed and strength 100 folds, and can discharge electricity from his blades that come out of his wrists. As he showed them, imitating an image from White Zetsu's side. It was 7 foot tall and quite menacing, as almost all of them gasped. It will be fun to fight him, said Kisame, as Itachi was the one who was shocked. He was quite surprised that Naruto had the guts to kill anyone. He thought that he was an innocent kid. Maybe I misjudged him. Sasuke, he thought, looking at outside the window, as we go towards the Uchiha clan compound, as Naruto and Jiraiya has left after his announcement that Naruto was the heir to Namikaze and Uzumaki clan, who were known as the royalty amongst the 5 villages. When this news reached Neji's ears, he was knew that how much of a mess he has created, and the shinobi career was more likely over. Naruto has gone to apologize to Guy, Tenten, and even Lee, and even Neji. Guy told that his actions were youthful, even though he was enraged. Neji's actions were unjustified, of calling one's mother and father, who were known as heroes of Konoha at one time, whore and bastard. As we go towards the Uchiha compound, inside it, we see Sasuke sitting in the main house as he dropped the henji that he was wearing. It revealed a black-haired girl inside her room with black eyes looking at herself in a mirror. Welcome, Sasuke. Welcome home. As this was the real name, there was no second prince of Uchihas. It was a princess, but to keep her identity hidden, it was decided by both parents that she should keep and act like a boy, because both Fugaku and Mikoto didn't want Sasuke to be married off due to the Uchiha clan elders' choice. They wanted her to marry the man she loved, as they had. But unfortunately that never came to be. The one she had fallen in love with was none other than Naruto, because he was her first friend. And not only that, her first crush, and the still crush that she had, and no one else. She vowed that after killing Itachi, she will reveal everything to Naruto, and they will get together and have a family after getting married. Now he was unfortunately gone with Jiraiya to find out some Lady Tsunade, who was known as the best medic in the whole world, as she was then approached by someone. As she turned around, getting herself hengied back into Sasuke. This is quite surprising. I didn't thought that I would find something like this. Who are you? Show yourself, said Sasuke. Calm down, Sasuke, or should I say, Satsuki-chan. Who are you? Satsuki said, dropping the henji and taking 2 kunais from her holster. Ah, it's me, Kabuto. What do you want? What are you doing here? I'm here because of that. He pointed towards her neck. This curse mark? Yes, why not? Orochimaru-sama's gift. You're his compliance, aren't you? Yes, took you long enough to figure out that, princess. What do you want from me? I got nothing to do with Orochimaru. That is where you're wrong. As you can see, Orochimaru is pretty much dead thanks to your friend. But his last wish was to deliver this to you. His last final gift. For you to achieve the power to kill Itachi Uchiha. Here, take it, he said. After Sasuke didn't pick it up, he put it on the table. Fine. If you want to achieve the same level and power as Naruto, you will need this. Is it 1-on-1? Yes, the same. And the last bit of it. I promise you I didn't take any of it. Even though I wanted to, I will not. I don't want to become a monster for power. I will find another way. I'm happy with my looks as I am. With those words, Kabuto left. As Sasuke was left there to her own thoughts, as she picked up the test tube and opened it, and with a gulp she drank it down. Nothing happened, but she felt intense pain then and there as screams were heard, muffled screams, throughout the whole Uchiha compound, but no one was there. As we go towards Naruto, as he opened his eyes, as someone knocked on the door. Jiraiya was not in the room as expected. They were in Tanabata town now. It had been 1 week since they left, but no sign of Tsunade. As Naruto opened the door to reveal Itachi and Kisame, "Come with us peacefully, Naruto." Itachi. As Naruto transformed then and there. Let's get to the action, shall we? As Kasamehara was brought out and was going to graze Naruto, but Naruto stopped it with his bare hand and started to crush it, causing cracks as Kisame's eyes were in, and then Kisame was punched straight out to the hotel room. "Naruto, calm down," Itachi said with a Sharingan, but his genjutsu was broken, causing Itachi's eyes to go wide-eyed. "Why should I listen to you? So you're still sane? Good. I want you to promise me one thing." "What?" "Take care of Satsuki." "What?" "But she's dead, isn't she?" "No, Naruto. Sasuke is." Before he could reveal, a black feline attacked. It was same as Naruto, a hybrid. As she lunged at Itachi, but he disappeared in a murder of crows. As Naruto got into a stance, but that female disappeared in a purple dust. What's going on here? Who was that? I have to find out. As then Jiraiya arrived, rushing towards Naruto. "Naruto, what happened?" As Naruto transformed back, "There is another hybrid out there." "What?" "It's a feline. A hybrid." "What? Did you came to encounter with it?" "Yes, I was. She was in front of me. She wanted to kill Itachi for some reason, but Itachi disappeared in a murder of crows." "And what's this about Satsuki?" "What do you mean?" "Satsuki's alive." "Who's Satsuki, Naruto?" "She was my friend. She was one of the Uchihas and the most kindest soul I have ever met." "What did he want to tell me?" "I don't know, but I will find out. We'll get to that, Naruto, but later. You know the mission, right?" "Yes, I know. I'm just worried, that's all. If she's out there, I might need to help her." "Everything will be fine, Naruto. If she is anywhere, it will be inside Konoha, or at least in the Uchiha compound." "I hope so," Naruto said as he went inside with Jiraiya. Two red eyes with Tomos were watching them, before disappearing in a purple mist. As after 1 week more, they found Tsunade in a casino. As they paid her debts and same challenge happened, but Naruto's condition was revealed, and Tsunade was quite intrigued by it and did a full examine of Naruto and was shocked to find out that he was 100 times more efficient in healing than her 100 healings, and not only that, his strength was more than hers, meaning he could level a village with a single punch if he wanted to, if he was able to control his full strength to the extent of it. And he has many mythical powers that were seemingly impossible. He could fly, he could teleport, and he had blades coming out of his wrists that looked like katana swords and could discharge electricity through them. That was quite surprising. And he could form Rasengans, which looked like black orbs, and could shoot them at high blinding speeds. And after the heart-to-heart she had with Naruto, she finally agreed to come back to the village to be the Kage, after getting over her fear of the blood that Naruto spilled during their matches. During their travel back, Naruto and Tsunade had grown closer to that extent of a mother and son, because Tsunade found out that Naruto was orphaned and was son of Kushina, one of her students, before she left. She taught. So, being the mother figure she was, started to act like one, and Naruto was more than happy to accept that. His one loved one was gone, but many more came in after he was gone, to fill in the void that he created. There was still some left, but it was alright. He was getting by it now, and he was happy. As we see Naruto arrive back inside Konoha, as everyone cheered for them. Naruto was quite taken aback by this sudden closeness that the villagers felt with him, but he didn't bother with that. As Tsunade was inaugurated as the Kage the next day, as Naruto was being approached in the celebration for the week that was announced, by Hinata as Satsuki was watching them in Sasuke's Henji as being bothered by Ino and Sakura for dates. As Hinata and Naruto were now sitting on the rooftop of a monument as they were talking about what happened in the match. Naruto-kun, I wanted to thank you for what you did for me. No, Hinata. I lost control. I was enraged. Even though I didn't want it to, I became the same monster that Neji was. I am disgusted by myself for what I did. That is why I apologized and still want to. If it ever make up, I destroyed his career. No, Neji Nisama is happy that happened. It opened his eyes. Even though he still feels somewhat difficulty in walking, but he is able to sit now. And Tsunade-sama's back. There is a chance that 50% that he will be back on his feet and become a shinobi again. Really? If Bachan's able to do that, then I'll be more gladly to help. You've done more than enough, Naruto, she said, putting a hand over Naruto's. Unknown to them, both of them were being watched. As suddenly, same feline appeared. Hinata, get back! As Naruto's senses kicked in. As she disappeared and appeared in front of them, was about to slash as Naruto turned into a wolf and stopped her. Who are you? As three Tomos appeared as Naruto gasped. Sasuke? As Naruto was slashed on his chest as he was thrown back by a kick from Satsuki, as Hinata was strangled by one hand, as she was impaled by her claws, as she was thrown over Naruto. You betrayed me, she said. How could you? As she appeared in front of Naruto and started to slash him more and more, getting into the rage that she was feeling. But then she stopped. Naruto could see that she was crying now. What have I done? No, please be okay, Naruto. Unknown to them, Hinata, who was fallen over Naruto's chest, both of their blood was evident through the wounds as they started to mix up, as Hinata started to transform as well. As in front of them, she's transformed into a feline with purple indigo fur, white eyes, and she started to charge at Sasuke as both of them started to clash together. It's your fault that he's taken from me. My fault? It's yours. Where were you when he needed you, huh? Now you come and command him to be yours. I'm not going to allow it. Both of them were fighting, as alpha female would. As Naruto stopped them. Stop. Satsuki, Hinata, please. As they started to calm down, as did Naruto. Let's talk. Let's go to my apartment. As they went there, unknown to them, Danzo was watching this. Good. She found some blood onto the ground, but it was Hinata's. He thought that it was Naruto's, and he injected that into him by getting it from Hanbo, while on the other hand, Naruto was talking. Where have you been, Satsuki? I was Sasuke all along. What? You mean you were in front of my eyes? I didn't want to get close to you. My brother said I needed a Sharingan. Another form that only is unlocked when you kill your best friend. And my friend, my lover, my crush was you. Wait, what? Yes, Naruto. I loved you. I still do. Wait, I love him more than you. He saved me long ago than you. Where were you, you coward bitch? Said Satsuki to Hinata. Even though I was a coward, but not anymore. He gave me strength. Uchiha bitch. Calm down, both of you. I don't know who to choose. Both of you love me, and I have somewhat feelings towards both of you. I'm not going to break anyone's heart. I don't have the guts to do that. You all are my precious people. I can't believe I'm doing this. Hyuga, you wanna make a deal. Because this sucker is not going to accept either one of us to break the other's heart. Naruto-kun, that was kind of a low blow. What? But I can't do that, you know. Well, he is dummy, and our dummy, said Satsuki. As Hinata nodded. Truce? Hinata said, truce, as both of them did a handshake. But no one other is allowed than us. Unknown to both of them, this whole scenario was watched by Ino and Sakura, whose jaw were dropped to the ground and their world was crashing down upon them. Sasuke-kun is actually a girl, and she's the same hybrid as Naruto, and was in love with him all along? How can we... Ugh. Nay, what is it, Sakura? Do you think we're gay? No! God, no! Never! Ew! Why would you suggest that? I'm straight as a ruler could be. I mean, we were after chasing after a girl then, if we're not gay. Well, there are some gay people, so you might be one. What about you? You are also. I'm not gay, Sakura. I'm straight. I thought Satsuki was Sasuke. Yes, you thought wrong, said other voice, as it was Satsuki who was hearing this. Now scram, please. We're having a private conversation here, and it is not nice to imply on it, as both of the girls dashed away. As Tsunade was settling in as the Kage, and the village was now under stability once again, and Naruto was now announced as the head of the both Namikaze and Uzumaki clan, as Hinata and Sasuke were decided to be his fiancés, because it was revealed that Sasuke Uchiha never existed. It was Satsuki Uchiha. Birth certificate even confirmed that. It was fabricated by Fugaku and Mikoto to keep their daughter hidden and away from the clutches of the Uchiha council members. And the whole council agreed to that and were happy that two powerful shinobis were going to combine their clans, the Namikaze and the Uzumakis alongside the Uchihas. And not only that, two hybrids. Their child will be strong. On the other side, what happened to Danzo was that he turned into one hideous octopus creature with one eye. It was successful, but to a lower extent. He needed constant blood to survive though, but not like the complete hybrids. He was a semi-one. And that is when he went nuts and started to cause havoc and destruction within the village, as all the shinobi, Tsunade, and everyone was gathered there. What is that? That's Danzo-sama, said one of the root agents who has broken free from his curse now. Who are you? My name is Sai. I was one of his lackeys when he put the seal on me and brainwashed me, but now that the seal is gone, as you can see, I'm on his side. What? That seal is a forbidden seal. That is disappearing on your tongue. I know. That is what he implied on all of us. All of us? How many are you there? 1,000, Tsunade-sama. You will help us later on, Sai. As Sai then went, as Sakura was about to get devoured by Danzo, as he saved her, as that is when they fell in love. Both of them felt a connection as Naruto, Satsuki, and Hinata arrived in their hybrid form, taking the damn octopus down, tearing it apart, and finally killing it. His black blood was split all over the place, as it was stopped by the whole shinobi forces as the three hybrids cleaned it up. As their powers were still growing, as one person saw this, it was none other than Zetsu, and he was afraid, more than anyone else, of what he has seen, what of the potentials it had, and he went back to Akatsuki, as their leader said, any news? Zetsu, bad news. There was one, but now there are three of them. Turns out Sasuke's little sister is one of them. That was the girl that attacked you and Kisame when you went after Naruto. What? How? More likely. Whose intention? It was Orochimaru, wasn't it? Said Sasuke. Yes. One of his accomplices. I'm going to kill that motherfucker. On the other side, Kabuto was planning an attack on Konoha once again, with all the forces that were now under his command, as he went towards none other than the Akatsuki themselves and the Iwagakure combined, because they hated Konoha to the bone. As Kabuto emerged from the shadows, it was me, Pain-sama. It's finally nice to meet all of the Akatsuki members. Hidan, Kakazu, Deidara, Sasori, Conan the Paper Angel, Pain the leader, Toby the sociopath, Itachi and Kisame, and Zetsu. Finally nice to meet all of you. What are you doing here, Kabuto? And what do you want? What I want? Oh, I'm here for a proposition. My aim is same as yours. You want the Bijus, I want the destruction of those who have taken away my leader from me. You are after Kona's destruction, aren't you? Said Pain. Yes, and Iwagakure has agreed with my intentions. Tsuchigage has agreed, you know. He also hates Konoha thanks to the fourth Hokage's preparations for the war. All I need is your help. Why would you think we help you? Because I know how to defeat those hybrids. How? Well, it's quite easy. Become hybrid yourself, but there is no formula left, is there? I replicated the whole ingredients after finding it out and breaking down it step by step. I need a test subject. Who will go then first? I will, Kisame said. I want that brute strength. As Kisame was injected by that serum, as he turned into a shark hybrid that could walk on water. Amazing. I feel like a predator. I could even level a mountain if I wanted to. I don't want it, said Itachi. Are you sure, Itachi? Because I, Pain, am a god and I don't want it as well. Same. Seems like only Kisame was interested. I will take it as well, the rest of it, said Zetsu. As Zetsu too was injected and turned into a hideous monster, plant-like creature. As last but not least, the compliance Kabuto subjected the biggest needle into his heart, pumping it and turning into a cow-like monster himself, with a snake tail and both wolf hands. Amazing, isn't it? You turn into a hideous monster. Well, that is the beauty of it, Conan. You don't see it the way I see. I have become a more superior being than you all. In your dreams, but we will help you. Good, good. That is all I ask of you. And I promise I won't even get involved. You won't even know I am there. Good. Then it is decided. We will attack next month. And during that month, Naruto and Konoha were having the time of their life. Konoha was now booming at top of it, business, everything, with the borders of their villages. As for Naruto, he was enjoying his life with his fiancées, who were constantly fighting for dates and all, and supremacy in the house, thanks to them turning into the hybrids wolves they had constantly been at it. Hinata because of Naruto's blood mixing with her, as for Satsuki because of the serum that was originally 1 of 1. The serum that Kabuto created was 1 of 1 minus, the bad variant of it, in which one becomes a mindless drone if it gets enraged and its mind will not return back to its original state after that. As we go towards Konoha's Hokage office to see Jiraiya, Tsunade and Naruto and his two fiancés standing there. As Jiraiya has gotten evidence that Eva was planning an attack with Oto again, under Kabuto's command, who was the Orochimaru's plans all along. And not only that, Akatsuki is also involved. But why would they go after the 9th one first? Shouldn't they go after, in sequence? It doesn't matter, Naruto. 10 tails can be resurrected either way. Ask Amamaru-sama. It doesn't bother them. They will gather you, keep you locked until you're needed. Then I have a plan. What? What plan, Naruto? I know what you're thinking, Naruto, and I don't like it. Let them capture me. I will prevent the village and the war from happening and destruction of the village, but I will be captured by them. Whoever arrives there, I will save them. But not unless we're all gathered there. I need their help. If we're going to take the Akatsuki down, it is our only shot. No, Naruto, it is too dangerous. Yes, Naruto, Hinata is saying correct. It is too dangerous, and I will be damned if I allow you to go towards your own death, says Tsunade. Hime, I think Naruto is right with this decision. He's a hybrid. He can heal from the even worse wounds inflicted on him. I know it is madness, but it is our only hope to stop the world from going into chaos, Tsunade. Iwagakure, Akatsuki, they're both threats now. Threat that can be prevented is Iwa. We can stop it like before, but Akatsuki, when it survives the 10 tails, it will be unstoppable. We don't have what it takes to stop the 10 tails, remember? You're right, but let's just hope that they don't go off track with their plan, because if they do, we will jeopardize Naruto's safety and the whole plan is jeopardized, and not only that, our plan is failed and mission is failed. The world is doomed. What then, Jiraiya? What then? It will all for naught, and Naruto would have lost his life for a fucking mission that is way out of your both minds. I'm sorry, Bachan, but I'm going. You're not going anywhere, Naruto, as Satsuki and Hinata turn into wolves. I know that I thought this might happen. That is why Jiraiya Sensei and I already discussed this beforehand. That is why he's agreeing with you. What? I'm not here. I am already outside the village. Don't look for me. I will be back. I'm sorry for this, but please, you must understand. I love both of you. And all of you. Even you, Bachan. And I will be damned if any one of you get even a scratch or even a hair pricked from your head. And that's why I must do this. Sensei, promise me that you will look out for them until I return. I have to go towards Eva first. It'll be done, Naruto. As Naruto was dashing towards Eva at a blinding speed now, teleporting from tree to tree at high speeds. As he arrived inside Eva Gakure's Tsuchikage's office, he teleported there and turned into his human form. As Tsuchikage looked up at him, "Who are you?" As guards surrounded them, "My name is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze." You made the wrong choice coming here, kid. What do you think you're doing here? What is your reason? I came here to talk, and do you think I will believe you? You have to, please. I beg you. I'll listen to you. I'll humor you. What do you want to say? As Kurtasuchi arrived, alongside Akatsuki. Don't work with Akatsuki. They're after something that you don't even want. World domination. Do you think I care about what they want? I only care about Kona's death. Are you so one-minded that you can't see that the whole world will be jeopardized? There will be nothing left here. They're going to revive the fucking Ten Tails and destroy every continent. Are you happy with that? Can you live with that? All that it will be in your hand. Your father was a murderer. He was able to have a happily married life and a kid. So can we. He died with a guilt. A fucking guilt that you caused. You're saying that it is our mistake? Then whose is it? You were the one who were going to attack Konoha like you did to Uchiha Gakure. You don't talk of that. Why? Is it a taboo here? Does these people not know what you did? The older generation destroyed a whole fucking village, raped their women in front of their children, and killed them, strangled them. Oh, it wasn't how it's supposed to go. They were executed. Yeah, executed my ass. Yet it happened. Why? Because they were going more powerful. More powerful. You're a hypocrite, Tsuchikage. You know that? Do you think after insulting me so much I will let you live? Do you think you have a choice? Naruto said, turning into a wolf. As everyone gasped. See this? This is the madness that Orochimaru created. The one you're working with. I am a monster. And you think I will feel any remorse if I butcher your whole village down here? I will only be avenging my clan, but what makes me the same as you will be the same if I do this. I won't be like you. I'm different, even though I'm like this. I will show you something that you are too stubborn to show, old man. Humanity. Shame. You disgust me. And if we meet at war, I will swear on my name, on my father's name. I will make what my father did look like a child play. Butcher your whole populace into smears. And that is a warning and a promise from an Uzumaki. As he turned towards all of them, and they still worked with them, that is only waiting for you. I'm not here to start a war because you are the only one who's starting it. I'm here to warn you of the mistake you're about to make. Not only your village, the rest of the elemental nations decide upon your shoulders. Decide wisely. As Naruto disappeared, as everyone gasped, is that Harishin? Damn it! He could have killed us all. As Tsuchikage was taken aback as Onigi sat down. Grandpa, is this true? What? What happened in Uchiha Gakure? Yes, it is true. Damn it! What the fuck is wrong with us? Why did you even agree to that? What makes us even better than those monsters that was the Minato Namikaze? I don't think that he was saying that he was killing monsters like us. Fuck, said Kurotsuchi as he started to cry. And I want to avenge that woman. Your mother was also one of them. So was I, Kurotsuchi. But we regret doing that, what we did. What kind of regret is that? Murdering fucking innocent and infant kids? That is even low for no moral shinobis. Even lower than human standards. You fucking disgust me. I'm leaving this village if you start a war. And I'll Dare say who tries me will be pummeled to the ground by death. Kurtasuchi, wait! Let her be, Akatsuchi. I've decided. I've seen the pain that I have caused. I'm going to step down. New generation should take over finally. I've seen that. We really are monsters. And I know what kind of mistake I was about to commit. We are withdrawing from the war. This is my last order. We're not going to start anyone. Then this will be revealed after I'm discharged from the duties to the whole populace what happened. It was the Shogakure's and the reason why the Uzumaki Kushina, red hot blooded habanero, butchered all of us alongside with Minato no Mikaze. Father, are you sure about this? If the secrets leak out, they will go for your neck. I will happily die then. My own grandson was lost to this war because of my own foolishness and arrogance. And now my granddaughter as well. My family is tearing apart itself because of my foolish mistakes and arrogance. And so is this village. I cannot let this hatred and this arrogance be pondered upon the next generation. We must stop this in its track. With our generation, it dies. Akatsuchi, I'm leaving this in your hands. You're the new Tsuchikage. Hi, Father. As after 1 week, Oniki's retirement, Akatsuchi was announced as the new Tsuchikage and withdrew from war, and not only that, announced what happened. As for the first time, Iwa felt disgusted from itself, not from Minato no Mikaze, not from Red Death, but from themselves. Now they knew why their actions were justified, why they were the monsters and not them who they thought to be. The words were manipulated, and it was by the people they trusted, who led them to their death, their own Kage. The old generation's council was executed, and Oniki was chakra restrained and home imprisoned for the rest of his life. Kurtasuchi won't talk to him, and she was the new leader of the new generation and the counselor representing them, as Kabuto and Akatsuki were left on their own, as Naruto had taken a detour from other villages as well, gathering them together, finally arriving at a conclusion. As he was returning, he was captured surrounded by Akatsuki. It was a part of his plan, as one by one each Jinchuriki was gathered there, until there was nothing left. As Naruto started to talk to them and formed a plan, and they agreed. When the extraction process began from Gaara, all of them attacked, butchered down each and every Akatsuki members. 9 bijus were too much for each and every one of them to handle. Kisame was taken out by Naruto's wolf form, being enraged. Kisame couldn't hold his form much because of the 101 minus. It deteriorated his body, turned him into a skeleton, and he died. As Kabuto was also killed, and Otogakure was destroyed before the destruction of Akatsuki as well. There was nothing left. Amigakure was nothing more than a crater, so was Otogakure. Both villages and everyone within its vicinity was gone. Innocent were spared and left, as 9 bijus and the Jinchurikis left their own pathways. Some of them deserted their village and started anew, some of them went back, and so did Naruto, who was welcomed back with open arms, and with quite a terrible lecture and scolding and pounding from his wives and his mother. 10 years later, the world was at peace now. Otsuzukis did arrive, but they were beaten the shit out of by hybrids that were now there, that could morph into anything, with more power and more speed than them, having an edge on them. Even the Otsutsuki were scared of them now. They deserted the plan and went for another dimension altogether. They searched for their chakra, the pursuit of their plan they wanted to commit. God knows their went. But it had been 3 years since that incident, and everyone in the elemental nation was at peace. There was no wars, no skirmishes, and the new generation has taken over from the older generation, which has brought peace and more prosperity and closeness within the 5 villages. Naruto was the next Hokage, the 6th Kage of the village, and so was Kurtasuchi, Darui, and even Mei, and the other was Gaara, as the minor villages were now under them, in peaceful cases, as all of them became the pillars of the elemental nations who protected them from the otherworldly forces like Otsutsuki's astrals and so on. And above them, the apex predators were none other than the 101 experimentals, the hybrids, as were the name given to them, as Naruto, Satsuki, and Hinata were the ones who were the only hybrids in the world. They didn't age, they didn't die, they had a healing factor, that of 100,000 men and women combined. They had many children who were also full hybrids, complete hybrids, with many powers and many agilities and speed, everything that was given to them. They were being prepared for many future invasions that were to come, and Naruto knew that he will be with his children when the time comes, because he will be the one alongside his wives and family to preserve the peace. It was a duty given to the Uzumakis, Namikazes, Uchihas, and Hyugas, and they are accepting it gracefully as the guardian of this world. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the story of, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, as this is Apollo Uchiha and I'm signing out. Peace.